everyone. It's Rambling Hour with Lisa, season 19, episode 9, coming to you from the living room and a different corner of the living room. So we are doing Halloween crafts today. Wish us luck because I just planned this in the last few hours. So first things first, I'm going to take my drink and set it somewhere less likely to get spilled because we know me and I am clumsy. All right, so let's talk about things first and then we'll get right into crafts because, again, knowing me, 5-minute crafts will take hours. So I want to first let you know that I've been adding my old Rambling Hours to YouTube finally. I've got the first 4 seasons up. For those of you who don't know, one season consists, most of them are just 12 episodes. One of them is like 15 episodes because I didn't know how long to make a season. But basically every 12 episodes, I call it a new season. So 12 episodes per season times 19 seasons. We're in the 19th season. So a lot of things you guys can watch. You can listen to them instead of watching them, or you can, what's it called? Like put it on double speed and listen to me talk even quicker. So I still did not take the Halloween and autumn decorations down from the loft, but as you can see, I can make things work because that type of stuff might always be in my house. Like my witch's hat, these ones that are like this don't go away. They stay all year, and this is a cute little plant that I've almost killed, but it's in a moon. I like the planter, so it is alive and it's doing okay, but I had almost killed it in the past. Looks all right for Halloween. Steve bought me a nice big fat pumpkin for Halloween. He just brought it home today. This is a cute thing that I got at that looks like a book, but it's like to hide stuff in or whatever. It's from TK Maxx. And, oh, so for those of you in North America, I told you this before, Marshall's, TK Maxx, TJ Maxx, Winners, and maybe HomeSense are like all the same company, which is where this is from too. So last week I had this as just as a pumpkin display for autumn, but today he's a jack-o'-lantern display. So that's a quick way of using decorations for twice the thing, right? Like have them with the faces for Halloween, but once Halloween's over, if you still want autumn decorations, you can leave them like that and it looks like a cute stack of pumpkins. So he actually sits up here right now. This is where his spot is for this year. I didn't just put him there for my live. I liked this corner because I moved. This is where the door used to be to get into the office, but we blocked it up, which if you see this color is not the same as the gray on there. That's because the gray walls is what it should be. This is plastered still. We need to paint it. But yeah, so there's no door here anymore, hence why I can put a chair here. But I thought this corner, and I put the ladder here with the plant. So I thought this looked good in this corner to do my live. So here we are. All right, let's get to crafting because I have, not all of them are simple. Lots of them would be quick, but it could also take longer because of, I got the burps now because I just had a sip of pop. Anyways, we'll see how quickly this goes. Ready? And go. I just remembered that some of the things I'm making, you can put string in to hang them. So that's why I have the tree here. And I do have everything I need, but I didn't get any string or ribbon or anything else like that to hang them, but that's okay. Because this is here, I'll still hang them when I get the chance and take a picture of it. Oh, I wanted to show you guys a few things first though. This is my little buddy from Canada that I bought myself. He's a little moose with a little hoodie on, little Canada hoodie. So he's my little buddy, maybe for traveling or I don't know what I'm gonna do with him yet. But I bought him for myself. And another thing that I just bought recently that I haven't even taken out of the box, but I'm excited. I had 2 wax burners from Canada, but they plug in, so I can't plug them in here. So then I ripped the electrical stuff out of them to use them maybe just like with a candle, but they don't work with a candle because it doesn't give enough oxygen to the bottom part where the it would have heated. So I bought myself a electrical wax heater, but wax melter thingy, an electrical one, but that actually plugs in here. So, and it has, I haven't tried it yet, and I know it showed like different colors, so I don't know if you can set it or if it just goes through different, it looks like it just probably goes through different colors. Oh, I was hoping that you could set it to like just be the color that you wanted it for the mood, but it's got leaves on it, I mean trees on it. So let me plug it in real quick and see if, anyways, either way, it's not exactly about what it looks like. It's about the fact that I have a lot of wax, like melts, to put scent in the air, and I don't really have a way of burning them or melting them because I don't have one that works with candles or one that works with electrical here. I think this is probably for this, like this, that doesn't come off, and if you melt them in there then it's harder to clean, but it came with a silicone thing, so I'm guessing that's just for easy cleanup. It's just from Amazon. Oh, whoa, that goes through the colors quite quickly. Yikes. Very, like, how do I say, trippy. Yeah, no settings to, but, I mean, and then I guess it'll heat up as well. So, that's something all right. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if it gives the ambiance I want necessarily if it's on, so, but I thought I would open that with you guys. And now let's get crafting. Okay. I can move my table a little bit this way, I think, without doing too much damage. I have some water here for my paints. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's start with, I got my handy dandy cauldron that I use like for all year long for crafts with the ingredients that we need for the crafts that we're gonna do. And I have paper and my printouts that I have done because, as I like to do, I like to grab things off the internet that look like they're like really quick crafts that you can do with kids. So even young kids. So this is palette paper that you can use if you paint a lot, or you can use even like a kitchen plate or a tile or anything to put your paint on. These you just throw away after you're done. So I know I'm probably going to need 2 of those. They're just palette papers that we use in art class. So I'll get that out, and then this stuff is stuff that I'll take out as we need it. I have a blow dryer there too, so that I can blow dry the paint quicker. So some of the things that we're going to do, I'm going to paint them, and while they dry, then we can move on to the next thing. The first thing I'm going to do is, I need a little bit of, what do you call it, pipe cleaner, green pipe cleaner, and it's just over on the table over there. But, okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is like pumpkins. And now usually I don't prep things, but where did I put it? We all know what egg cartons look like when you get them like this, right? This cardboard egg carton. So like I said, I usually don't prep things. I usually do it with you guys on here, but I did get Steve to cut out some things for me, including, now this is a little more difficult. The things that I'm going to do, I'll just show you the picture. It's a little pumpkin, but it's made with putting 2 pieces of the egg carton upside down. And it, like me and Steve both agreed that it probably would be easier to make if you had not this kind of egg carton, but you know the long flat ones that you get like 2.5 dozen eggs on or something, and they stack them. They're just like a flat of eggs. Those type ones would probably be better for this, where you could just put 1 cup on top of another cup. You could also make them out of different things. You could probably use like different types of yogurt cups or like the fruit cups, you know, when you get fruit in a cup to put in a lunch and it's kind of that shape, where if you put it together it might make that shape. What we decided on, me and Steve, is a row of pumpkins. So we just kept the bottom like all the way, and we took 2 halves, right, and made it into this row of pumpkins. So that I'm going to paint orange. That's where we're going to start. Also, while I have the orange out, I am also going to paint 1 toilet roll. Boop. So that's going to be orange. So I'm going to try and see if this works good to do my colors as I have the colors out. And I don't know, but I might need to change my water too if it gets too gross. So orange. I'm going to get my glasses, because it'll work easier for me if I can see, except that they're dirty. Yeah, I don't have a bunch of magic tricks up my hat, so. Okay, I'm hoping, like, I am trying to add my old lives to, like, my rambling hours to YouTube as quickly as I can. And like I said, I've done season 4, but I guess I could upload my Halloween specials just so they're there and then delete them as I put them in order. But I don't know, I'll see, because I would love to have all my old Halloween specials for you guys to view. Until then, let's get painting. So I have an old, this is Albert's. Oh, this is an Albert's cup, but I also have Boston Pizza cups too, like this. It's like the kids' cups that they would get with their drinks when I still lived in Canada. The kids would get those cups for their drinks, and I kept them, and those are my painting cups for kids or for me. So I'm gonna take a big fat paintbrush and just get this really orange. My ring light is really bright, and then I look at you and it's bright, and I look down here and it's not as bright. So the other thing about this is like how to get it to stick together. I stapled the ends and then I put duct tape on the inside, and I used blue so you guys could see it better. But gluing it would work or something, but I just didn't have time. I also need to buy, if you use white glue, then you can do this, again, prep it beforehand for kids so that it has time to dry overnight. But I didn't have time for that. I also don't have super glue here right now, which is what I was going to say. I need to buy some super glue. And what other glue? Yeah, tape. I don't know, whatever. So glue it. I have some white glue in my bucket down here, but white glue, takes a while to dry. Super glue dries quick, but could make a mess. Although even super glue can be painted over with acrylic paints. So, this might take a while. I like to do things quick. If I only had made 1 pumpkin, it would have been quick. But so when I was in, so I used to water down my paint a lot because I was used to watercolors. And then when I was in ceramics, my teacher Cheryl would get mad at me for watering down my paint too much. So now I'm like a bit scared to water down paint. But as paint gets older as well, it will lose its moisture. So sometimes you need to add water to it to make it run smoother again. So the thing is, if you add too much water to it and it becomes too watery, just when you're putting on your layers, it'll be more translucent and you'll have to do another layer. But well, what can I tell you guys? If I thought about this, I could have told you guys about things while I was doing this. I need to keep my eye out there too if we have any comments. I don't have a guest today with me in the house either, so but I do have stuff planned. So next Sunday we're going to be doing Halloween stuff from the kitchen, and I'm excited about that. Going over the Halloween stuff today, looking at things. So the truth is, let's start from the beginning. The truth is, since my brother passed away in April, my world has felt like just flipped upside down, and like I'm off track, and just nothing has felt right since my brother passed away. And of course, part of that is because it was a shock and trauma and grief and all that stuff. But it just, you know, it just feels like when someone passes away or something dramatic happens in your life, you take stock and reevaluate what's important in life. And some things weren't as important as others. And anyways, I've just felt a bit off since my brother passed, and I'm not blaming him or the death, but I'm trying to get my life back on track. I have a great life. I'm happy with life, but just something just doesn't feel right. Like like I said, I feel like my train is on the track, but I'm hanging halfway off or something. And I'm trying to slowly get back on track. Saying that, you know, I love doing these things, but I just am not. I mean, we traveled a lot in the last year, so there's that partly that I'm just not organized and stuff at home. And then the renovations that we're doing right now too, just certain things. There's always something that's in the way. But I started today looking at the crafts for today, instead of, you know, planning ahead, because I've just been busy with other things, like I said, traveling and everything else. But once I started looking at the Halloween stuff today, even though I don't have the Halloween decorations down or anything, I'm just really excited about this stuff. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I want to make that. Oh, I didn't even finish that from last year. And so lots of exciting things. And next Sunday, because I've looked at the ideas that I had previously saved, next Sunday I will be plan and be ahead of schedule, and it won't be last minute like this. So I'm excited for the things that we're going to do next Sunday on the live. And I think, in all fairness, Halloween has just come too quickly. I'm not going to paint all the back right now. I'm just going to paint what you guys can see. Halloween has come too quickly again this year, and my big Baba Yaga type Halloween special that I wanted to do last year and wanted to do this year, I just don't have time to make it the way that I want it, because I want it to be really cool. So and last year when I was going to do another Halloween special, whatever it was going to be, I can't remember, I think I was sick. There was some reason that I couldn't do my Halloween special last year at all. So hopefully I'm feeling well enough to do it this year, but it won't be my big one, so I got to think of something else. I'm still going to do that one eventually, but so also 9 days away. Today's October 12th. Happy birthday to my friend Brenna. She was one of my guests once as well. And it's also my friend Katrina's birthday. It's also the anniversary of our friend Anne passing away today too. Or if you look at the positive, it's a year since she went and met her husband Harry on the other side. So it's the 12th. What am I trying to say? Oh, happy belated birthday to our son Tom. His birthday was 2 days ago. And my birthday is in 9 days. So there's other October birthdays of friends and family. There's my friend Kimber. There's my sister Tina. My sister-in-law Tara. My dad's birthday was my dad and my mom's mom, my grandma, their birthdays were in October as well. There's my Uncle Arthur, my Uncle Marcel, my cousin Travis, my cousin Dustin, and I'm probably forgetting a bunch, but there is a lot of birthdays in October. I remember when I was pregnant with Aurora, and my little sister said to me, because my due date was October 8th, and my little sister Tina said to me, oh my God, don't you know the family rule? And I'm like, what's that? And she said, abstinence in January. Because we didn't need any more October babies. Even though Aurora was due on October 8th, she ended up being born September 30th. So she is not an October baby. Okay. This orange is pretty much done. I mean, yes, I could do a better job, but remember that I'm trying to do things that little kids can do too. So theirs are not going to be perfect either unless you do it for them. And I mean, even then, we're not perfect, are we? So you get it. It's pumpkins, okay? So I'll let that dry while and I did put a cloth on here that I can wipe off after get the paint off this. I mean, not cloth. I put a cloth, but then I put the plastic down so that, because I didn't want to ruin the cloth with acrylic paints. So this one might need another layer. Maybe not, because, you know, not bothered too much. Okay, orange. I should actually, okay, I don't know if I have any extra paper, just regular, I do, but I didn't bring it out here, like I was going to say to set these on to dry so I'm not getting paint all over the clear thing, but that's okay. So I still have a lot of orange left. I can suck that back up into the bottle or put it into a little container so I don't ruin it. Because if it dries, you can't use it anymore. But if it's still wet like this, you can put it into, you can even buy online. You know when you get a paint by number kit, I don't know if you've ever had one, but if you can, you get like all the paints in these little tiny things that open with the lids, like little tiny plastic containers that are kind of attached to each other. You can buy those empty and use them to put extra paint that you've accidentally put out, or if your kids have put out too much paint, you can put it in things like that. Okay, so orange. What can we do while that's drying? I could blow dry it, but let's get the black paint out and start painting. I didn't get any kitchen roll, like a paper towel to change my brush. Oh, heavens. Now, this black looks empty. Actually, I'm not even going to try to get black out of that. And I don't know if this black has any in it. Yep, it does. I'm going to need actually a lot of black for some of the other things, but for now, I need one of these black. So we'll start there. I am, you know what, I have a blanket on this chair to catch any paint, but I need to be very careful too, even though I'm being quick and whatever, because I did tell myself I wouldn't let myself paint with acrylic paints or anything that doesn't come off in the living room with our leather furniture, and here I am doing it from the living room with the leather furniture. So, all right, that's one, and then, so Steve cut some of these out for me. One of these is going to be black. Just a little bit of water to make my paint run smoother, so I can do it quicker. I mean, the same thing. In the dining room I have in my art stuff that me and Steve bring to art class, there's a roll of paper towel, kitchen roll as they call it here in the UK. Who's excited for Halloween? Do you guys have your costumes planned? What you're going to do? What you're going to be? Do you hand out candy at your house? The UK just, I mean, it is slowly getting more into Halloween, but it's definitely not anywhere like Canada or the US. Okay, so, and then there's more of these ones, and we're going to take one of these. It's like three egg carton thingies together. This will all make sense once I get it done. I know this isn't how I usually do the crafts. I usually start with one and finish it so you know what it is. my witch casket, like they ship out on the 14th. So today's the 12th. So 14th is Tuesday. And then it'll take a day or two to get here. So probably Thursday, maybe even Friday, I will get my witch casket. So that always is an exciting time of my month. The theme is Witching Hour for this month, I believe, because of, you know, it being October, which is All Hallows Eve, Halloween. Books. Okay, so yeah, I haven't been reading or listening to books because I haven't had time. I'm trying to get back on track with everything. Today, I quickly took some pictures of the introduction and forward of a book that I want to read, and I am absolutely in love with it, and I will tell you guys about it next week because, sorry, a painting just fell off the mantelpiece. Not just a like one of the paintings that me and Steve do in class. We've just leaned them up against the thing. It's not like it was in a frame or something. It's just a piece of watercolor paper leaning up there and fell off. So the book I'm reading, I'll tell you guys about it next week because I'll be done. Well, I mean reading, but I took pictures of the stuff so I could listen to it on Speechify. But I'm already loving it more than I thought it. No, not even more. Okay, so I was really excited about it. I'm loving it as much as I hoped that I would. It's as good as I hoped that it would be. So, and it's yeah, it's autobiographical, or biographical, maybe I should say, and Canadian, Alberta specifically, and it's really exciting. So I'm looking forward to that, plus other books that I have over there waiting to be photographed for me to be able to listen to on Speechify. Okay, so with this one, you could paint the inside of it black as well underneath. It would make it look better, but I am just going to leave that there for now. And I need to grab one thing from over here. I didn't think I needed them because of the pumpkin thing that, you know, like Steve is just cutting these out. I don't even know what. These are just different pieces. But so because I was doing the pumpkin differently, but actually I do need one of these for something. And I need it black, so boy, am I messy because I just went off of the palette into this circle with the black paint onto the clear tablecloth. Steve and I have been watching the series Monsters, and this season was, I don't know if we've watched any of the other seasons, but this one was about Ed Gaines, a serial killer, and it was weird. It was done well, and yes, some of it's fictional because they dramatized for better, you know, to make the story just more entertaining or whatever. But it was weird but done well, and so that's something we've been watching. Taskmaster is on right now. Traders UK, but there's a Celebrity Traders that started, so we've started watching that. We watched Gogglebox. We watched John Oliver. We watched Tulsa King. That's with it's the second season with Sylvester Stallone. That's a good one. And if you haven't already seen it, you can also watch Arnold Schwarzenegger's show called, there's a couple seasons of that, Fubar. That one's a good one as well. There's a show called Blue Lights that's back. This one, again, the same thing. I would paint the underneath of that black, so I might, oh yeah, I'm still doing black. Okay, there is some other things that we need to paint black, so let me just look at my, okay, I did that. That is white paint, white paint, white paint. So I think the last thing I need to paint black is a big thing. Oh, and then that was with black paint. Okay, so it won't be a waste if I still have black paint out. But maybe I will do the insides right now while we're talking. if you're not watching this live, you might be watching this later. And the only thing with putting my videos on YouTube is that obviously because, well, even when they get deleted on Facebook after 30 days. Oh yeah, I was thinking of going live on YouTube as well. I need to start looking into how to do that, to be live on multiple things, unless I need multiple phones, but that's okay. Or like devices, like, anyways. So as you know, my lives on Facebook get deleted after 30 days, which is why you might not be able to find ones when you try to look at them later. But, what am I saying? So the comments don't stay as well. That's why when people comment on my lives, I try to say who it was and what they said, so that when we watch them later, it'll make sense as well. Instead of just answering the question, I let you know what the question is as well. Yeah, the other good thing about me putting them on YouTube is that all the old ones I've been able to flip. So all the writing, because for some reason when we do the lives here, like on Facebook, things are backwards. So if I had writing on my shirt, it would look backwards to you guys right now. But I've been able to flip the videos. So now watching them, or when I'm reading kids' books and stuff, the writing is the right way round on the ones that I've added to YouTube already. I can't believe how AI like actually takes the videos and like within seconds, like when I add them to YouTube, they've actually done a transcript of everything I've said in the show, which is crazy, because then, I mean, I don't know how, if you can search like keywords, but it basically could tell me what the episode is mainly about. What I've talked about the most. Probably could do a word count of how many times I say or something. Or what can I tell you now? Because that's my phrase that I say when I don't know what to say and don't want to say I had a really great visit with my mom all that time, and it's sad because now that my mom's gone, I'll see things in the fridge that we bought and we were going to, like, or recipes we were going to make together and do things, and so yeah, there was so many things that we were going to do that we didn't have time to do while we were together, and now we're far apart again, but I did really enjoy our visit together, so that was nice, and I hope that I will see her sooner than later. It's just so expensive to travel, but I'm grateful that I get to do it, and that I get to see my family, and that we get to be together, even if just sometimes. I am a homebody, but it's me who moved halfway across the world instead of down the street from my siblings, although my brother and his wife were living 6 hours away from where we grew up, 6-hour drive, which that's where I was living before I moved here. But my little sister and my older sister live driving about 10 minutes, 15 minutes apart. And then my mom is about the same distance, but in between them, and over to the side. So it's not like they all live down the street. I mean, they live close enough to each other, but not down the street. I guess it's all the same side of the city and stuff. Yeah, I guess it's pretty close, but it's not down the street. It would be a long walk. A doable walk, but a long walk. Okay, I did the inside. I tried to do this whole thing. My hands are all black now, which is actually good because we can do some of the other black things. I will have to go wash my hands after I do the black. So yeah, let's skip to that. This is definitely not the way I usually do these things. I don't usually skip around like this, but here, if I do these with the black paint already out, then it might be, okay, so I did bring some white paint. Okay, so I need one sheet of white paper and one sheet of orange paper. If I'm copying what I found on the internet. So I don't claim that any of these are my ideas. They're absolutely stolen from the internet. And I haven't looked up instructions either. I've only looked at the picture and I'm just mimicking because that's what I'm good at. Taking something and copying what I see. It would only make sense to, you know, actually look up instructions, but okay, so yeah, white paint or white pen. I'm gonna grab my white pen and see if it'll work. Otherwise, I'll get out white paint. Hang on 1 second. Okay, these are those white pens that I got on Amazon, and I brought a silver one out as well because it might work. I don't know which one of these white pens. So let's see if they're not dry and dead. Oops, I just pushed. Oh, you're supposed to be able to push it in to get ink out. Well, that one's not working. I might need to use white paint. We'll see if any of these work. How annoying. Dead. The silver might work as well. It's just to make... No, I don't think I'm supposed to push them in like that. Okay. Let's see if the silver works. Silver works. Okay, good enough. Where's my... Okay, so you can do this with white or silver. Oh, my silver's running out too. I'm just making a cobweb. No, that didn't work very good. I'll see if you guys can see it in a minute. So I can press harder and just... Oh, this presses down too. I wonder if it'll... No, I think it's dry as well. When was the last time we did crafts together, guys? Okay, I'll go over it again and use the last of whatever's left in this dried out. Yeah, I don't think anything's coming out. As long as you guys can see that it's supposed to be a spider web. Okay, wow, that's a lot of garbage. Okay, can you guys see the spider web in the corner? Yeah, that's what I need you guys to see. Then we're gonna make a big mess because kids like big messes. I need my black paint to be runny enough for me to paint my hands. And I don't actually need my thumbs in this one. So, now, you don't need to use acrylic paint if you don't want to. You can use, like, my wedding rings and engagement ring are on. You can use tempera paints that they use in school for kids. So... This might be easier if there's two of you so that somebody else can paint. So if you're painting your kids' hands. Tempera paint is more like watercolor though. It's not permanent on the page. So if the art gets wet or something like that, it could, but it'll wash off clothes and stuff like that. Whereas acrylic is good because it'll stay on the page even if the page gets wet or whatever. It's permanent, but at the same time, it's more permanent, so it won't come off clothes either. So we have our 4 fingers making 8 legs, and then some of our body. Oh no, they actually do paint the palm as well, so that on this one. So I need my palm done as well. Hopefully that none of this is dry by the time I get my... And remember, this is usually kids' hands, so for me to do mine is big, big spider. So take our page and I'm gonna go like this. Oh, I don't want to put my thumb down. This is 1/2 of the spider. And now because my hands are so big, I could even put the, what do you call it? My palm over itself on there. So the body is, obviously this would work better if I had more paint on my hand. Like that one worked better than this, but you get the idea. That's my 8-legged spider. And they put googly eyes on him. So it might look better. I don't know if it looks better that way. They did the hands straight, the legs straight across from each other, but I'll put the googly eyes right there. So I'm gonna let that dry and then we can put googly eyes on there. That's one of them. And then another one with black hands is, I need more paint. More paint. More mess. And a little bit more water. I'm becoming the mad artist instead of the mad scientist or something. More paint on my hands. What are you guys gonna do while I go wash my hands in a second? Or do I just let it dry and wash it after? This one you can do your thumbs. And your palms, I guess, if you need it. Dog coming through to go outside. Okay, hands, and then they're sort of like this, like a butterfly, I guess. So I'm gonna do one there. Can you see what yeah, you can. And one here. And for now, that's all we need on there. I'm gonna go wash my hands really quickly. Okay, sorry about that. You know, it's like things like that I could cut out when I put the videos onto YouTube, but then I would have to like watch them back and find things to edit and everything else, and I can't be bothered right now. So I also brought the kitchen roll with me. So not completely clean, but better than not, and we can move on with the next thing. There is one more thing that we need black paint for if we get to it, but let's do the things that we have here first. Okay, let me put this aside. Remember, with acrylic paint, you don't want to leave your paintbrush in the paint because if it dries, the brush will be wrecked. But I think that we'll get to it quick enough that I won't wreck my brush. So we got this one, and it's not completely dry, but what do we do with that one? So I need googly eyes, googly eyes. I'm gonna do that one. Black marker pen and okay, so let's blow dry this. Sorry for the noise and for the waiting for me to hurry up. actually looks like it's mostly dry. It's just in little grooves, or if I put too much paint. I just need the green, what's it called again? Pipe cleaner. Bought different pipe cleaners. Like, it's just a random selection of colors off of Amazon. So I'm going to take a green one. I guess you could do brown too. It's for the stems on the pumpkins. So take your Sharpie, your black marker pen that you've already put in here because you were organized and you put them somewhere. Got two just in case one doesn't work. And we do figure out which way you want the top to be, if this will stand. I'll make it stand somehow. So I'm gonna do, this is the top, okay, and then we're gonna do the triangle eyes. You can do each pumpkin, because we're doing a row of pumpkins, we could even do different faces. A little pumpkin nose, and then the mouth. I just made mine all weird, not like theirs. Theirs is nicer and even. Sorry if you hear the dog barking, she just wants back in. But it's not going to hurt her to stay outside. So there is one jack-o'-lantern. We can do a whole row of them with different faces. Maybe I'll leave this and do some more faces if we have time, because you get the idea. I've done two faces, and it'll be a row of pumpkins, and then we take some, you can take, metal snips would be better probably, but I'm just going to use my scissors and cut a little piece of, pipe cleaner, bend it in half and stick it in the top. You might need to make a hole before with a pair of scissors or something. Yeah, let's have another pair of scissors here. They're precision tips, so they'll have a sharp end. Again, if you're working with kids, you might need to make this hole with a pin or something pokey just in the top of it, that they can put the pipe cleaner in easier. There, and I guess you could glue it in as well if you want it to permanently stay there. Bend the ends, like bend the little ends inside, whatever works to keep it in place. So there we go. That's two little pumpkins sitting, and I can make the rest when we do more. Okay, so pumpkins. And if I had the right, like I said, if I had a better, anyways, I don't know, I'll put something inside of it to make it stand. A better egg carton, then I could have done different pumpkins, or single pumpkins. Okay, so that is that one that I showed you. Done. I'll put it on the floor there. Okay, so let's go to, are these dry already? They are, and actually I like how it has like my prints on it, but okay, so those are dry already if I don't stick them back in the paint. Okay, then we can get those off. Okay, black paper. So I have underneath here, oh, I pulled the table closer so they're further away now. Ice cream containers that I save, and I have my scraps of paper, cardstock. And so I need a long piece. I do have some new, oh no, this will be perfect. So a long piece like that. So if I didn't have a scrap, I do have some new pages, but I like using up scraps. What I do when the kids use their, they will have paper cut all different things. I just take it and I cut the edges off and I make it into rectangles or triangles and make them nice into pieces to use for crafts. So I'm going to take this and I am going to, now you can do this in 2 parts and you can even draw it for the kids if you want. It's going to be the body and the head and the ears of a bat. So if I wanted, I could just make this the body and then do a circle for the head, and then add some triangles at the top for the bat, for the ears. But I'm going to try and make it all in one cut. But again, for kids, it would be easier to do different shapes. So the circle for the head. Oh yeah, I just went too far down for the ears, I think. Triangles for the ears, and there. I tried to do it in one piece, but again, you can do the body and then put a circle on for the head and then put some triangles for the ears. And then you take this and, ooh, I forgot a tape runner. I have one of my journaling stuff right there. My pens and everything for journaling are in this old bag of witchy shit. It's not really witchy stuff. It's just my pens and stuff that I use for journaling. But I have a tape runner in here because sometimes if you have a ticket from something you went to or a receipt or something that I like to put in my journal, that I have this to tape it on. But you can use glue or whatever. These aren't good for little kids because they wreck them too easy, but they're good for people who take care of their stuff, or so for the adult to do. But they're quick and easy way of taping things. But again, you can use glue. So I glued the body on there for the bat. And then the last thing they do is put googly eyes on, which I have. And remind me, I have different size googly eyes, but I probably should order more. Oh, man, I dropped one. Because some of them are in plastic bags and some of them are loose, and I don't know what's going on in here anymore. I need to, like I said, I should order some more. Like, why is there only 6 in here? What did I, and lots in there? I don't know. I actually have other eyes in here too, like from dolls and stuff. This is just my eye container. And that's a pink one. I don't need a pink one. These already have, but this must have been from a project before. So they already have sticky stuff on the back, like the tape runner. So I'm going to put those ones on there. Boy, this bat has big eyes. So there we go. That one is done. A bat with hands. So I can put that over there, done. And then our next one is this one. So that is this one, our spider, and all we need on the spider is googly eyes. I'm going to put some bigger ones on him too, these ones here. So again, you can use glue or whatever. I'm going to use a tape runner on the back and put some eyes on him. How far apart? They put them pretty close together. But so there, that's it. A spider web, handprints. It looks like it has a mouth just because of where my, but it actually, I wanted it to look like it goes that way, like it's crawling that way, so its mouth would be on the other side, so that would be its back with the spot on it. But it still, that is my spider. And that one's done. Next, we have, that's the big one, if we have time. The big one that needs black paint still. So let me just set it over here to get it out of the way. What do we have next? All right, okay, so what do we have painted? The black. Okay, let's do this one. So we have this black, we have this orange. We need 3 more toilet paper rolls. I love that you can reuse things that you would waste anyways, although I put them in the compost, my garden compost, because it's brown. You need a balance of brown and green. So one of these is going to stay the color it is. One of them is going to be like a peachy color for like a Caucasian skin tone, and one of them is going to be green. So I'm going to get my palette back, and I might just, instead of, because I might get another paintbrush instead of rinsing the black out of that one. Okay, so I'll do the peachy skin tone type thing first, because then even if I mix it with green, the green is, it'll be fine. So I'll wet my paintbrush actually. So this, again, you can use whatever skin tone you want to use. It's for a vampire. So if it was Dracula, he would be, like, supposedly he was from, oh, I shouldn't have watered this down. This is quite runny already. So this is a color that I might need to do more than one layer with. He was from Transylvania, so I'm guessing that he would have either Caucasian colored skin or even maybe a bit of like brown. But probably, but again, vampires can come in all shades of colors and everything else. It doesn't have to be Dracula specifically. I'm just copying what they had. But yeah, any type of skin color that you want, skin tone that you want. And then one of them is green. Use the screen if it's still viable. It doesn't look like it is, but we'll try to use nope, that is gross. So that's garbage as well. This one's a bit dark. I mean, I could add white, but we're not mixing colors right now. Let's use that one. Okay. Brush. Try it before I add water. It's a bit sticky. It could use some water, but it'll be fine. Make it work. No, I won't. I'm going to add a little bit of water. Oh, at least this brush, it's a big brush, so it holds a lot of water, so I might have made my paint too runny now. And what happens when you have too runny? Not just does it dilute it to that you might need another layer, but more water, like more wet, means longer to dry as well, right? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so we'll let those dry. Actually, I'm gonna do that. This one. Stand up. So I'm gonna rinse that, and I'm gonna dry this real quick with the blow dryer. Sorry for the noise and the delay. And then I'm gonna put another layer on it. That's still green. That's okay. This person might have green in their skin tone as well. It's Halloween. Who cares? Actually doesn't look that bad like that, but I'll still put another layer on. I shouldn't have looked up at you guys because the light has made me blind again. Alrighty. It's unfortunate that there's some projects that we did last year started and I haven't even finished them. I just took out the bin of Halloween crafts and realized I haven't finished them. If I have time, I'll show you guys. Otherwise, maybe I'll finish them this week and show you guys next week that they're finished. All right, so da-da-da-da. So orange, black, any skin tone you want, green, and just plain, okay? And that can be washed. And I can wash it better later, but there we go. Okay, so that one, but I'm gonna let those dry. And then we are gonna need white paint for all those, which we might as well get out now. Well, let's do this one here. What's underneath it? Oh yeah. Okay, so this black one here is a bat. And it is wet still in some places, but it just needs googly eyes as well. Oh no, it actually is white eyes that they painted on, but or something, or paper, but I'm gonna just use googly eyes because they're easy and they're here. And if you don't save your things, I mean, if you're gonna just toss it away after the season, you can take your googly eyes off and use them in other projects instead of getting rid of them. I like reusing, I don't like wasting. So this bat is one of the ones that I was telling you that would have a string. So that's it, 3 pieces of a egg carton, and that is your bat. If you do it this way, you could do it that way too, but they're open on the side, on the back there, just because of this egg carton. So that's an easy bat. Put a string through there and it can hang on your tree like that. See how that looks more like a bat there? So I will put a string in there when I have a chance, but I'll let him finish drying better. And there's this one single guy here that we are going to do a different type of bat. So if we take our black scrap paper, or if you have new paper, if you don't want to use scrap, I like scraps, get 2 about the same, and take my scissors, and oh, these could be longer than this, but do I have pieces that are longer? That one and that one, that'll work, that's fine. So 2 long pieces, whichever. These are the bat wings, so you can draw them out if you want. If you feel confident enough, like me, overconfident, you can just cut them to what you think will be the shape of bat wings and hope that it works out. They made them kind of skinny to the body, so I'll kind of copy that. So there's 2 bat wings that I cut out, because now if I flip them like that, they'll be the same. And you can put them on whatever angles you want. They have drawn the eyes on the same as the other type of bat, but I'm going to use googly eyes to be quick, and could even have put smaller googly eyes, but okay. And this black is still not completely dry either. I'm going to make a little slit in the side, on either side. Again, if a kid is doing this, you're going to want to make that slit for them. If well, they can do it with regular scissors, but these precision tip scissors I wouldn't let a kid use. And actually, because this isn't dry yet, it's kind of getting mushy, so the slit's not working very well. But I will, and then I'm going to just stick these in. When this is dried properly, I'll glue them in better and make this into a hangy thing as well. But if you make your slit the right size, then your paper should just slide in. Come on, I don't want to wreck it. I'm going to have to start again. Whoa, he's flying. His bat wing is really facing high up in the sky. Again, if your slits are the right size, your bat wings could just slide in easily. There we go. And that's another form of a bat. And I will put that, string it to hang on our tree as well. And let him dry properly. While we're on the black, waiting for things So even this actually, if you hung it, it wouldn't need to stand the pumpkins. So Steve had a great idea. I thought because if it was a witch's hat, you could just put it on black paper, cut out a circle and glue it on like that, and it would be a witch's hat. Steve also had the idea. So that would probably be easier for kids. But Steve did have the idea of cutting a circle in it and sliding it down the top of it. But actually, now that I think about that, it'll probably, the circle, yeah, that might not work as well as Steve thought it would in his mind. So we're going to get a piece of black, that however big you want your witch's hat. And I'm actually going to cut off these tabs like this and make it more circular. Although those would have worked good now that I think about it for putting the glue on to hold it onto the paper. Because now how am I going to get it to stick to the paper? Yeah, Lisa, how are you going to do that? I don't know. So make a big circle, however big you want your bottom of your hat. You can even put a ribbon around it. I might do that too, so that it adds color to it. And then find a way, if you didn't just cut off those tabs, you could have glued them on, but that would be your witch's hat, and then put a ribbon around there and you wouldn't even see the tabs that I cut off. Why wasn't I thinking? So in that, I'm gonna actually just bend this a little bit, like making new tabs. And this is not dry completely either. So I'm gonna put some glue, tape runner on here. And then put it on like that. Well, that worked. I just bent it a little bit, especially because it was wet. So I bent it a little bit and put it on there. And then once I put a ribbon around that, and I put a string through the top, which you might want to do before you glue it like this, then I can hang it, and it can hang on our tree as well. Okay, next. Those are still drying. So let's see, we've done the bat. Oh yeah, white. Okay, so white paint. Those are done. I don't even know what time we're at. Oh, we've been doing it an hour, but we're going to keep going because I like all my projects that I have here. White, white, white. That one's an easy one. So yeah, okay, well, we're not totally not done. So let's do this then. If I need to blow dry these, I will, but the orange and the black should be done, already done drying. So where is my black one? Or did I just throw that away thinking I had finished it? Yeah, I did. Okay, so take your black thingy jiggy, and for these bat wings, I might actually, I guess to use up scraps, I could take 2 of them, or you could take a long piece to make the bat wings that go behind. Do I need to cut black paper for anything else? I might, but let's see, what can I do? That's a triangle. I thought I saw another, well, there's some triangle pieces here that I could use up. And I guess I'll do the same thing I did before. I'll put them on top of each other and just cut the wings the same. But what I was going to say is this could be one piece of at the back as well. I actually think they do cut. I think they cut 2 as well. So let's do it the way they do it. See, now I just did what kids would do and cut in the middle of this piece of paper. And so, I mean, that one is pretty much gone, but I could maybe cut it into smaller pieces, like a nice big strip. That would be, I don't know, instead of throwing it out. Anyways, I've got 2 bat wings here. They're more like this shape. So we are going to take our black toilet roll. We're going to put some eyes on him first, I think. Googlies. And find 2 that are the same. Should we put, I'm going to put yellow eyes on this one, if I can find two that match. Those are big. Where's the smaller yellow one or black? Yeah, okay, I have two black ones that match. But do you think I should put yellow eyes? I don't know what color Bat's eyes are. Will yellow look okay? I'll just do it the way they do it with black. They bend the top like this a little bit to make the ears. So they bend in the top part here. Again, if you want to paint in the inside. But basically, if you pinch down like that, you know what I mean? Like it's pushing it down. And then you do it at the back as well. So they meet each other like that. So it makes the ears. Probably would look better if it's painted on the inside. You could even cut if you wanted to, but just so there's pointy ears. I'm doing that part now just so that I know where to put the eyes. My tape runner, I got the tape on the front of the eye. I'm just going to wipe it off. So then it was stuck to my finger instead of the toilet roll. Okay, I put some googly eyes on it. And again, this is supposed to be pinched there, but it didn't really work the way they show it bent like that. I don't know if I bend the back. Oh, I know. Maybe you push this one in first and then that one. Yeah. So push one side in and then push the other side in so that it's on top like that. And then you make your bat eyes. And then I'll move bat ears, and I'll move my eyes down a little bit there. That's why reading about instructions could be very helpful, so that you actually do it, you know, then if you read the instructions instead of just trying to copy what you see, it might make it easier. So that is my bat like that out of a toilet roll. I think his wings could actually be higher, but we don't want them on his ears. Yeah. Go around that way to let the dog in. I'm trying. I want you to see his ears.
Do you think she's gonna trip over your wine?
No, she should be fine. So we'll set him here. And we'll do the next one, the orange one. So that's done. Orange one, we take a black marker pen and make it into a pumpkin. Triangle eyes. Triangle nose. Toothy grin. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to be quiet. I'm just coloring in my mouth of my pumpkin toilet roll jack-o'-lantern face on there. And then all they do for this one, oh, actually they have, let's take another toilet roll or any type of cardboard. They just have a piece of brown, like that, just a little piece that they tape runner, put it there, it sticks in like that, just as a stem. And then take my green pieces of cardstock scraps, and whatever color green you want, whatever color scrap you have, it doesn't matter, it's green. And then they just do a little leaf, so a little piece of green to make your leaf, and then they I might use these scissors, they curl it a little bit. I don't know if yeah, it curls. This is a cardstock, so it's quite thick, so I didn't know if it would curl, but it did. And then I'm going to put a little dab of the tape runner on, or glue, and put it in there too. So that is your little jack-o'-lantern made from a toilet roll. Next, we will, which one's, oh, this one's plain, so he is dry, so we'll make him. I've forgotten to bring myself a rubbish bin, and I also need a tissue, or you could use toilet roll, like toilet paper, toilet roll, they call it here, but I'm going to use tissue because it's closer, because I didn't get any toilet paper. So it's cut into strips, like, I guess I could do it up here where you guys can see. My fingers are sticky from the tape runner. So strips. No, this is like 2 plies, so the plies are coming apart, but see if 3 strips might be enough. You just, so I am actually going to put the tape runner on this cardboard, because if I try to put it on the tissue, it's going to fall off. So I'm going to put it in a strip like that, and then start, and this is going to be like a mummy. So this is where even glue might be easier, but this is quicker for me to do with you guys. But if I was doing this properly, I might use actual glue. Okay, and then do I put it the opposite way? Yeah. But remember to leave a spot for eyes to go. Oh, there's like the UK Big Brother that's on right now. I haven't started watching it, but it is recorded for us to watch, so I might watch it without Steve being at home. We'll see if I have time. It's weird only having one kid in school now. The other ones being responsible for themselves, although if and when they get jobs, might drive them to their job. I might cut another piece. I'm gonna put one at the top like this. They kind of do it around the top. And then another piece there, and I might tuck it in on the inside. So anyways, you got your mummy. Oh, I gotta come closer to you. You got your mummy with the white strips and the regular toilet roll, and then you put some eyes on it. I guess this one could have different color eyes, but I'll just go with black. So there's our mummy. Put it there with the other ones. And oh, these two. Okay, so green is, okay, so I can do that with, if these dry, yeah. Marker, pen. This one is going to be Frankenstein. So they do triangles along the top for his hair. I mean, you could do this with cardboard or paint, like cardstock, you could put black cardstock, cut it out, and then tape it to it. You could paint it, which would probably be good as well. I might paint it if this pen like takes too long, but I might just do half of it right now so you guys aren't bored. I would do your tree. So I'm doing the top for his hair. I'll show you closer. Okay. Okay, so top for his hair, I could go all the way around. I'm just gonna leave it for now. And they do his mouth like that. And then they do another strip up here. I'll just give that a moment to dry while I go around the back of him with the marker pen. Okay, and then googly eyes again. Those two are the same. Get off me. I mean, you would, I guess if it's like a monster like that, you wouldn't even need the same size eyes, would you? You could put different size eyes. Oh, I see. I didn't know what the second black thing was closer to his hair. It's his big black eyebrows. So, there. So he goes with these ones over here. And this last one, that if it's dry. So we need, they use, I guess on the Frankenstein, it looks like they do use black cardstock. And then they use black cardstock. Actually, this is perfect. So they make a long strip, and then it goes to a V, and then again a long strip so that it meets at the back. So a V so that it's his hair for like what not Frankenstein, what's his name? A vampire. So do that. Tape runner. Scooch. Do you see how I used scrap paper too? What I would have thrown out. Just gonna see which side I want his face to be on before I glue this. There we go. And then the triangle. And then they do a smile. About halfway down, they do a smile. Just a line of a smile. I'll show you guys just a smile line. And then googly eyes, of course. I don't have red ones, or I could make his eyes red like he's evil. But we'll just use black ones. How far from his, oh, which, oh yeah, this one, is that right? Right. Okay, and And then I need white paper and red paper. Red paper. That's perfect. I need a triangle, but you can see the kids did that on the edge of this. Well, I can just make that straight. I need a triangle of paper about that size. And then take this, and I need to make a, well, they use like an actual bow, because you can get bows, right? Like for crafting. For a bow tie, I'm just going to cut one using scrap. Actually, I'm going to use this piece here. It's bigger there. So I'm just making him a little bow tie. But if you have bow ties in your craft stuff, just like, I mean, if you have little like bows, you know, bow ties, then you can use one of those instead of making one. And again, if you aren't confident on just cutting things out willy-nilly like this, you can draw it out or find a template online. It's basically just two triangles that face each other. I got my hairs caught in there. It's just two triangles that face each other, right? Their points would be together. So I am going to just put a little bit of tape on his bow tie and put it right at the bottom of here. And actually, I could even put another little square there. Let's do that. So it looks like it's 3D. So I just made a little square that I just dropped. Another way of using your tape runner is if I wanted to put this little square down and not do it on my fingers, I could put it on a scrap piece of paper and the tape will just go on where you need it and the rest will go on the scrap paper. There, I'll show you guys that in a second, how that looks. This is his cape at the back. So I'm gonna put a strip down the middle so it sticks on the back of him. Make sure I'm actually like kind of even in the middle. And then the only thing we need now, he is a bit wonky, but that's okay. I like things wonky. I need white paper. Just use some of this. I'm making two triangles for his fangs. Tape. There you go. And you can see on his bow tie, I don't know if you can see closer, there's another little piece of like a square that I made on there. And that is our 5 that I made out of toilet rolls. And, oh man, time is it? I just am so excited about some of these. Okay, we need white paint for all of these ones. Okay, white paint. Do we need any googly eyes? Yes, one set. Well, I guess. Okay, and then any googly eyes for those? No, I might not be able to do that. And then we do those. And okay, so we do need some googly eyes still. And I'm gonna actually, without throwing away the googly eyes, let's take some of this scrap out of my way. Oh, wait, was there a googly eye in there? I don't want to waste. Yep, Trying to sneak away. That's not actually a googly eye. That's the black insert from a googly eye. Somehow fell out of one of the eyes. Wish I had a bin. Have a drink of my drink. Okay. Next. Black. Oh, we need white paper, white paint, and white paint. So I'm going to use this one. How much white paint do we need? I just want to mix the white paint in with the black or anything. So I'm going to use this and white paint. I don't know if there is any white paint left in this one. I have some other white paint down there if this is empty or not good to use. Oh no, it's good. But I'm going to take all of it. And if I don't end up using all of it, I can put it into a different container. Okay. Black page of paper. We will need that. Actually, I'm going to paint. Okay, so I'm going to grab, where's my paintbrush? This paintbrush. Yes, I know that black one is, the paint is slowly drying. We're almost done here. Oh, my water is grossly brown, so my paint is old anyways, but I don't want to change it. I need it to be white, but I know you can see that it's the consistency where it needs to be worked in with water. If you have fresh paint, it works better, but I don't like wasting, so I'm going to make this paint work for me. Add a bit more of my murky, muddy water, and I'll start painting with this, and we'll see how well it goes or if it needs more water and working in. One of my, call them witches hats, one of my pokey things from, well, I'll do two. So the pokey things from the egg cartons. You can do as many as you have time for. And yes, this white paint could use a little more working in, but I guess you could watch this on double speed, not now while it's live, but if you're watching it back, you could put it on double speed and then it won't be 2 hours long. It'll only be an hour long. Okay, so one done. I'll take another one. This paint needs more work. Bring it to the middle. Try to get it in the middle there and add some more water and rework it. And I should have my paint closer so I'm not dragging it all over my stuff. It's just old paint, so it's not in the best condition, but for what we're doing here, it's good just to use up to show you guys. Okay. So quiet. Yeah, I'm not allergic to the quiet, but it's weird when it's this quiet. Like, I don't hear anything. Nothing in the background, nothing. Okay, those can dry, and I'm going to use the white paint for... Right, where did I put those? Because I didn't want them wrecked. They're over there. Give me 1 second. Last year, I collected a bunch of leaves. Ah! I almost pulled the whole thing down. Last year, I collected a bunch of leaves. I dried them. I flattened them. Oh, those are huge. And this is a bag of them. And I want to take some out that aren't too brittle. Because I think, I mean, again, these are a year old. But I think That's so big. I don't want that big. I don't want to wreck my leaves. But I can't get them out of the bag properly. Hang on. Oh, I see. Okay, well. So the ones that are like, some places you can't do this. Like in Alberta, I guess, I don't know if we have anything like it, but it's like a maple leaf or a sycamore. And in Alberta, there is not maple trees. So, but I'll make one of these anyways. They made a bunch, but I guess, like again, I think the leaves would be better dried, but maybe not a year old. Maybe still fresh from that year. But they paint them white. So I might collect some more leaves because I want to hang all these things on this tree, but I don't know if I just want one of each or if I want to have a few of them. But again, they do a few of them and they paint them white. You don't even need to use real leaves, really. If you want to template and cut out the shape of the leaf, you could do that too. You know, you probably, I don't know where my picture is. For kids, they would paint it like this, but for adults, you could even spray paint them white if you wanted to make them for your decorations. Yep, and I knew that might happen with the dried leaf. I just ripped some of it off with my paintbrush. So I'm going to let this dry and so you guys get the idea. Actually from here, it might just be that it looks like it's really white, but it actually could use another coat, but we don't have time for that. So, and is there anything else I need with my white paint? Yes, so there's the black page that I said, and come on, get off there. This would be better with runny paint, but I don't know if I can get my paint to be as runny as... Oh man. Anyways, they just basically put runny white paint onto paper and it is whatever shape. It's like a blob of paint, like just a glob here, a glob there. And this will be easy and good for very little kids who, you know, just to put some globs of white paint on a page. Once this is dry, they will be our ghosts. So it doesn't matter what shape they are or anything, you just let the paint be a globby glob, different sizes or whatever. And then once that's dry, we'll just put some eyes and a mouth on that, and those will be ghosts. So I'll let that dry while we do our next thing. So I think that's all we need the white paint for. Yep, it looks like that's all we need the white paint for. While that's drying, I'm going to do a quick craft here with you guys. So I printed this off. That's just a small template of it. But I used my printer to make them bigger. Now, you don't have to, if you can draw these freehand onto a thicker white paper or whatever, basically the circle, right? And then a ghost figure. So I did enlarge them on the printer, and if you can or can't see the printer does, I need to replace the ink, but I don't like wasting, so I'm using the ink as much as I can until I really have to replace it. Where did I put my scissors? Anybody? I know I knock things down really quickly and easily. Are my scissors in front of me? Oh, there they are. Okay. So, put my glasses on the end of my nose again. I'm going to cut these out. This is a good one for kids too with their safety scissors, because they'll be able to cut these out quite easily. Now, because my black line, oh, I should use my other scissors. These ones are a bit too big to get around the curves of the ghost. So again, they're not going to be perfect, especially if kids do them, but this is a good one for kids who are able to just start using scissors, even if they're safety scissors, because it's simple. The ghost here is a little more difficult. I'll show you how bad I am cutting this out with these big chunky scissors. Like this looks like, oh man, I just made his arm like really weird. This one definitely looks like a kid would have cut it out. No offense to kids or someone beginning to use scissors. Yep, this is definitely not a professional job. So you can see that I have, if you can see the black lines, it's really cut weird. But then you take your scissors and you just follow the spiral. Follow the spiral around. If I can even do that. Keep going. The spiral is all the same like thickness in here. It doesn't get skinnier near the end or anything. It's just basically the same size around if I can follow my lines. Again, these are not the best scissors for this because I'm not curling. But I think kids' safety scissors would probably be smaller and they might work better. So keep going. I'm almost done. Almost done. Again, you can freehand it if you don't have a template for this, but I found this on the internet. And then that is your ghost with a tail, and you can hang that up. The other thing you can do now with this is if you've freehanded it or if your lines aren't where you want them, take your black marker. You can make the face darker. And then you can also go along the edge like this, rub the edge of it to, this marker pen is not working very well. I think it's almost dead, so I'm tracing the edge right. I don't want to get on my other ghost that's waiting to be cut out. But I'll do this a little bit and then just show you. So you can go along the edge if you want and make it darker so that when you hang it, it stands out more. I could use a scrap of the rest of the paper that I cut this out from. That's on the floor. Oops, that ripped. I only got half of it. That's okay though. And also because of where I cut, I didn't cut on the black line very well. This is making the edge, again, stand out more and cover up my bad cutting job. Now with this, I showed you there's 3 different ones. I'll just do this one for now, and I'll do the other 2 when I'm done talking to you guys. But the only difference really is a bit of their shape and their face. It's still the same concept. Oh my. If you don't do this edging, this is already, like, it would be a quick craft. But of course, I make things more difficult for myself. I think it'll be better anyways if I do it like this. Oh, actually, it looks like I might want to do both sides, but I'm not going to do both sides of it right now. Well, actually, maybe, thinking out loud. Almost done. Okay, almost done. It's a good thing it's earlier in the day for my Alberta people. Here it's like 10 to 10. Steve's out with his mate, so don't have anything pressing tomorrow besides everything normally that needs to get done. The 13th of October tomorrow. So there, the black outline makes it stand out more. If you can see the black outline. There, that was a quick one. Oh, his tail, hang on, he's there. He's got to curl the right way. Oh wait, is that? Yeah, that's the right way. All right, so ghost, and then all these can hang on my tree when I get to it. I'll finish those two after that's still drying. That is still drying, and I guess the only thing, are these dry yet? Nope. Okay, those are still drying. Let me show you the big one that I was gonna do. So here, we're gonna take, I'm gonna use a marker pen that's dying, but you can use a pencil to do your shape. Let me find my thing I printed off from the internet. Nope, that's the ghosts. Where are you? Come on. I'm sure you're in this pile because I wanted to. Okay, ghosts that I'm not doing. Those that I am doing. It was in with the black paint. And, so I threw it away. Or did I put it for later? Yes, I put it for later. Okay. Now, you can do this any shape that you want. I'm going to kind of copy the one that I see. It might actually even be from a movie. I don't know. But let's see if I can do this. So if that's the edge, then it comes along like this. If you can't see what I'm doing right now, I will show you in a minute. I just want to start him or her, and then I'll bring it up to you. His teeth are not, again, I'm doing this simple. So I did just an outline. If you can't tell what that is yet, just bear with me. They do the arms separate, so I'm going to use them on a different piece here. I don't know, his arms are like claws or something weird. I'll put his other arm up here, and then you cut them out separately, but... Okay, there, if you can't see that, I will show you in a minute. And then his eyes get cut out like that. Okay, so basically what I'm making is a black silhouette, and you can put it in your window, and it makes, if there's light behind it, it makes a shadow. So that's what it looks like, and then I'm going to paint that all in black. I'm going to cut it out, the teeth and eyes, and then you put that in the corner of your window and it will make a silhouette. So that's what I was waiting for, the black paint. I don't know if this will be quick. Let's see if I can do I'll just do a quick coat so you guys can see him better, and then I'll do him better after while I'm waiting for those white things to dry. Otherwise I'll blow dry those white things really quick and then we can finish up. So I'll put paint on here better after we're done talking. All right. Yeah, I'm going against the grain now on this cardboard. I mean, I can cut out his teeth too if I just... Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Where's his arm? What did I just do? Oh, his arm is over there. My cardboard was bent. I was confused. Okay, so that's the body. And the head So if this is from a movie, forgive me for not knowing what movie this character is from. And like I said, mine doesn't look exactly like theirs, which it doesn't have to. You can do any kind of monster you want. My paint is drying, so I will have to get more black paint to finish this. And then I'll cut off his claws. But unlike last year's Halloween things, I will finish these. I'm going to actually finish them when I get off with the live with you guys. Well, yes, I could keep doing it while I was on live, but then I have to keep talking and it'll make it too long and people will be bored. So you can see where I'm going with that. I'm going to make him extra black so that it is a silhouette. Once you cut it out, it's the silhouette that sits in your window to make the shadow. So he'll look really cool. All these things I'll show you that are complete. I'll put them online, but I'll also have them on my live next week to show you guys. So let's just finish up. I'm going to set this in the water. Although you shouldn't leave your paintbrushes sitting in water like that either. That's not good for them. But for now, I'm going to do that. These, if these aren't dry, I'm going to blow dry them. Bear with me with the noise. Paint on the floor, but if I get paint on the furniture, I'm going to take a picture of my workspace after I'm done here too, because the floor is disaster over here. Hopefully the dog doesn't come in because I don't want all my leaves crushed. Okay, let's finish up, guys. All right, so these white ones. Picture for reference in case I forget. I know what I'm doing, but I need to see how they did theirs. Okay, so basically, oh, that one has a cute. So some of them are like that. You take your marker pen and do eyes, and mouth, and it is a ghost. And then I'm going to take another one and do them a little bit different. And they add things around them. They give them pumpkins to hold, flowers to hold. One has a black witch's hat on, and they can make backgrounds, or you can hang them from your tree. One has a little bow on her head, like a little pink bow, little pink cheeks. So you can make your ghosts however you want them to be and hang them all over your tree. Leaf. Again, white, and then Same thing, basically. They even painted the stem of the leaf white, and then up here, again, because it's different ghosts, you can make different faces on them. And then make a little hole, put some string, and hang them from your tree as well. And our last thing, oh wait, are we done? No, just this one. So this one here with just splotches of white. Great way to use up your old white paint. And they did the mouths with a marker pen. However you want your mouths to be. Yeah, it should be completely dry. You don't want to wreck your marker pen if the paint isn't dry. And that one, just do it like, oh, my paint is not dry. Trying to put the marker where it is dry, but there. And then they use googly eyes, and I'm going to use different size googly eyes for this one. Like each ghost, oh, I want the eyes to be the same, but each ghost might have different sizes. So your glue or your tape runner, whatever you decide to use for your eyes. Yep, my paint is definitely not dry on this one. As I just stuck my fingers in it to put the eye on. Put some medium size on that one. And we're almost done, guys. Remind me if I don't remember to order some more googly eyes, okay? Yes, thank you. Come on. I think the tape might have been on the wrong side on this eyeball again, so it might fall off. I might have to glue it back on after when it's dry. And what size of eyes do I want to put on that one? Those two. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm doing my tape runner upside down. No wonder it's not. Silly me. Okay. And I'll sign my name on that. So I did the mouths with black marker pen and the googly eyes. All right, guys, that's it for today. I had one more thing that I wanted to do, but I didn't, but I can save it for next year or whatever. But this has been a long live. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Just 2 hours of crafting for Halloween. Most of these things have been quick, easy, and easy enough for kids to do. The other thing you can do with these ones, there's other things for different seasons, but you can do mushrooms for autumn or whenever. So paint this red with some white dots or whatever, and then put a stick in there, a brown stick in there for the stem, and you have yourself some toadstool mushrooms, and then put a thing in and hang them on your tree. So there's lots of different things you can do, especially with things that you already have around the home, or buying a few things that are cheap enough, like paint, like kids' paints and stuff like that. Again, I hope you've enjoyed what we've done. I'm going to finish everything up, take pictures of it nicely, and put it on, like I always do, on the social media sites and everything else. Next Sunday, we're going to be in the kitchen doing Halloween kitchen things. Thank you for keeping me accountable, wanting to see the... Sorry, internet glitch. Thank you for keeping me accountable, wanting to see these things, and just, you know, because you guys want to see these things and you guys like me doing these things, it's kept me accountable to to bring this to you, and it's the first time in a long time that I felt like a little bit back on track in my normal skin and self. I still cannot believe that my brother is on the other side. Miss him to bits. And just reach out to those you love and tell them how much they mean to you. Talk to them, send them messages, write to them, whatever you need to do, because you don't know who's going to be taken when and who's going to be next. It's going to be who you least expect, unfortunately. So I love you guys. I will see you guys next Sunday, and it'll be from the kitchen. And you know I love my kitchen. So have a great week, guys. Oh, and for working out, I've started this past week eating healthier. Not 100% great, but I've done better. And I'm going to start my workouts tomorrow. All right? Again, keep me accountable to that as well. Remind me to order some googly eyes and anything else I forgot. I'm going to clean up here before Steve gets home, and there's a lot of paint around here. Luckily, I don't think I've got it on any of the leather furniture, but I'll definitely be checking that. Love you guys. Bye.